Who is this 6'5" 4-year-old who already has offers from Duke in Kentucky? This is Jaquavius Jordan Tyrone III. We pulled up to his game and he did not disappoint. He started the game off by hitting this turnaround J and then jogging back down the court saying, "That's for my baby mama." But early foul trouble got him benched, and then he did something we never seen before. The other team had a wide open layup, so he ran on the court, blocked the shot, and the ref didn't call it. This kid is turning into something special right before our very eyes. He ended the game with 100 points, 0 assists, and 0 rebounds. We tried to talk to him after the game, but he said he can't talk because the ops be listening. You heard me? I don't know what that means, but this kid is special. Who in the world is this 6'2" 2-year-old who's already being compared to Justin Jefferson? And why the is he wearing a blazer? This is Jamarcus Trayshawn Devon Parker, and we put up to his 7-on-7 championship game, and he did not disappoint. He started off the game by catching his quick hitch and juking out the defender, and then pointing at him on the way to the end zone. Now, me personally, you know the rest. But then his teammate got absolutely bombed by a 5'2" 1-year-old with no offers. And now the game is in Jamarcus's hands, and he put on the blazer to show he meant business. And then this happened.
That's what my homie in jail, he ain't do nothing. My homie, he ain't do nothing. All he did was commit 2 murders and 3 armed robberies. And they got him on video, but that's just the government trying to tear a black man down.
I wanted to start positive. It was a funny video I found. Thought it'd lighten the mood a little bit. I know you're depressed today. So, you know what else we're going to do? Because I know how yours is going to go, I think we should do what we've done in the past. Let's start positive. Talk about the Ravens first. Start positive. We don't want to open with negativity. We can start positive. We'll start with the Ravens. We'll get into your game. I mean, I know that's why everyone's here. Let's start positive, right? I think that's fair. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? We should start positive. All right. He's not even talking. But so the first half, we were very lucky to even have the lead, honestly. We got outplayed in the first half, but second half started, and the rushing attack took over. That was the best game Lamar has had on the ground all year. On the ground, that's the best game Lamar's had all season. But the big thing is Keaton Mitchell, you know? I mean, the guy had 9 carries for 73 yards, and that brought his yards per carry on the year down. That's how good he's been. 9 carries, 73 yards, and that brought down his yards per carry on the year. So that's a real loss. I mean, we're going to miss that speed, the burst, explosiveness, but I mean, at the end of the day, we took care of business and we capitalized on opportunities that Jacksonville couldn't capitalize on. I think that we're gonna elevate Melvin Gordon from the practice squad, so he's gonna help out the rushing attack, hopefully. Yes, he's still in the NFL, but I mean, really, all eyes go to San Francisco, and I mean, I can't even do this anymore. Just go, just take it. I can't even do this. Go ahead.
I don't even know what to say.
Do you at least agree with me now officially that Joe Flacco should have never signed with the Browns? Should have went to any other team. Never would have happened. Just put him somewhere else.
Because
then we both could be happy for him this afternoon. This morning. What? This afternoon.
You know, if they just lost in a regular way, there would be no reason to be upset. Because this team went into this 3-game stretch, starting off 3-8, and beat two out of 3 playoff teams in a row. Not the end of the world, right? But somehow, some way, Josh, my entire life, the Chicago Bears.
Did you really have faith that they would sneak into the playoffs?
No. I'm not even talking about playoffs. There was still a lot more to do to make it to the playoffs, which, of course, every other game went our way besides the Saints game.
Yeah, it did.
But they always find a way to lose in the most depressing way possible. Obviously, everybody knows the big one in 2018. Everybody knows that one.
I
But
think
a
the
lot of
Chargers
people don't
have you
know
beat.
about Chris Conti when the Packers and Bears were playing to make the playoffs.
The
4th
Chargers
and
have
8.
you beat, though.
A little bit.
Nah, the
You
Chargers
know the
are
Chris Conti play? Do you know about that?
remind me, but I think so.
Bears, Packers, I forgot the year, 4th and 8, Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
Rodgers tossing. Yeah.
NFC Championship against the Packers, lose at Soldier Field. Double doink, obviously. And every single loss this season. Every single one. The Bears are tied. The Bears are tied.
I don't want to like rain on your parade here in terms of like we have the worst losses ever, but we both agree how spoiled I am as a Ravens fan. But I can do these like Billy Cundiff missing the kick in the AFC Championship game, 4th and 12, Tyler Boyd winning them putting the Bills in the playoffs. Ravens Titans, end of discussion there.
Yeah, but you make the playoffs every year, Josh. You make them every fucking year. We don't. We never do. We never make the fucking playoffs. You know what the craziest thing is? The last time we made the playoffs, everybody thinks it was 2018. No, it was 2020, but nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit. I watched that game and I didn't care at all. I literally
game.
Okay, we lost. So we're done. Season's over. Because it was that bad. And this year it would have been kind of a similar situation, but not really. Because the Bears, like in 2020, they looked so bad. They looked so bad. They went 5-1 to start off the year, barely sneaking out these games and beating the Bucs, who won the Super Bowl that year. And then they just lost 6 in a row, and it was just bad the rest of the season.
No team that loses 6 games in a row should be allowed to make the playoffs.
No, and they did. It was the first year of the 7 seed.
Yep.
But man, you know who I blame it all on?
I'm gonna assume Darnell Mooney.
No, it's 100% Justin Fields' fault. It's 100%.
Oh, you're gonna go through this route. Okay.
Yeah. It's if you guys didn't know, it's 100% Justin Fields' fault. I mean, he's got to run out there and catch this football, which was Robert Tonyan 20 yards down. At least
I forgot he was on the Bears until that moment.
This was like a 40-yard bomb to him, and he had green grass in front of him. You know,
I had Justin Fields in fantasy, so
Justin Fields has to teleport there and catch the ball instead of him. And also, the Chicago Bears had 6 drops total that game, but all of those are his fault, including this one right here, including this to win the game in overtime. You've all seen it. Darnell Mooney was the number one thing trending on Twitter yesterday. You all saw it, and you know what the craziest part is, and what I hate, the fucking worst part about the loss yesterday is Justin Fields' stat line. You know, the box score warriors out there, especially on Twitter.
Oh, believe me, this is what happened in Ravens Steelers with Lamar. Exact same thing.
Because he threw 2 interceptions. And first off,
remember, I literally pulled up the tape.
Yeah. No. Check this out. Ready?
Lamar.
You got to watch this real quick. I would pull it up on here, but that takes too long. So look, ready?
Yeah.
So first off, this is at the end of the first half. No roughing the passer, nothing on that. They ruled this, and it stood as an interception.
Yeah, lost me 2 fantasy points there.
That stood as an interception. Justin Fields gets fucking railed. No roughing the passer. They never call it on him. They never will. They never will. They never have, and they never will. And then the second one, obviously, Darnell Mooney just kicks the ball to the moon. No pun intended. I feel bad for him. I feel really bad for him. Because at the same time, we know how hard it is to catch a ball that out of nowhere on a Hail Mary just like falls onto you.
Yeah, like the odds of you just like that's a
corralling that in is unreal.
Like if he caught it, we're all talking about how amazing of a catch it was.
But Marvin Harrison Jr. catches that football.
Sure.
Marvin Harrison Jr. does. But you know what? It's all Justin Fields' fault. You got to go and get Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams will play offense. He'll coach the team. He'll play defense. He'll play wide receiver. He'll throw the ball down the field, and he'll teleport downfield, and he'll catch the ball himself because he's generational talent, and apparently he's like the next coming of NFL Jesus. And it's a boatload of bullshit. I fucking hate Caleb Williams. I don't want him on my team. I want Justin Fields. And that's how I think it's going to be. But
perfect segue actually into what I was going to ask you about. Because first of all, I'll ask you this. Have you sat down and watched Caleb yet? Or
yes, I have multiple times.
You sat down like, okay, because he's
sure, I think he's going to be good. I don't want to restart.
We haven't watched. I haven't once we get like late January, early February is when I start draft stuff, and by the time we get to the draft, I know everybody. But at this point, the only player I've actually sat down and really watched, not a game of, really watched tape on, is Caleb. And I'll start by saying I don't think he is the generational talent that Trevor Lawrence was and Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning. No. He's not in that tier. But I will say, based off what I've watched, he's right below him. I think he's going to be really, really, really good.
Sure, I do too, but I don't want to. You don't restart.
This is the conversation here, because assuming Carolina gets the number 1 overall pick, my thing, and you've already answered it, but I'm still going to.
Okay, I've seen this take everywhere.
Right,
people
this is what I'm going to go with.
That's fucking ridiculous. That is fucking unreal.
It's not even a Justin Fields thing. Because
people are saying that he is better than quarterbacks in the NFL right now, like top 15 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Well, that's what I'm about to tell you. That I agree with that.
I think that's complete bullshit. Dude, you can't say that before the guy even has played a fucking snap in the NFL. Well, that's dog shit. That's dog shit, Josh. No, you don't fucking say that. That's stupid as hell.
It's based
He's
off
playing against fucking plumbers in the Pac-12. Against these dog shit defenses, and you go out there and say that he's better than NFL quarterbacks right now, maybe fucking the bottom shitters, like the last 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. But immediately when he gets drafted, he's a top 15 quarterback in the league. That's fucking ridiculous. How much do you think
goes on in one training camp?
Huh?
How much do you think goes on in one training camp? Because CJ Stroud was able to do it.
CJ Stroud was able to do it. The Texan system was unfucking real. I 100% agree with that. But you don't say that until you see it on the field.
Okay. That's where we just disagree.
You don't say that until you see it happen on the field. Because look, before that, were you saying that CJ Stroud going into this year was a top 15 quarterback in the league? No,
but I wouldn't have been surprised. I'll say this. I did say it about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence,
his rookie year was terrible.
Yeah, no, it was terrible his rookie year. Right. You don't say that until you see them on the field. Because here's the thing. I think that Caleb Williams is going to be good. I think they'll be good. I think they'll be pretty good.
And I want to remind you, I like Justin Fields.
But does he fit in Chicago? No.
Okay.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the craziest thing. He wouldn't last. I was about to talk about that as well. I was going to talk about that as well. Okay. Number 1. And this is just a personality thing. He would not last one day in Chicago media. He would not last one fucking day at all. He's a crybaby bitch.
He's in LA.
He wouldn't last one fucking day. One fucking day of Chicago fans.
But he plays in LA.
He wouldn't last one fucking day, Josh. The guy would be crying after his first interview because these reporters would be fucking ripping into him. It's bad. Chicago sports media is terrible. They've been doing it to Justin Fields for 3 years, and it's bad. But number 2, talking about that, which it does reset your rookie quarterback contract timeline. It does. It resets it by about probably 2-3 years. 2, 3, 4 years. Yeah, because you could sign Justin Fields. Well, this was
year 4. Year 3.
Yeah, this is year 4. No.
4. No, 3.
No, it's 2. No, it's year 3. Year 3.
3.
Yeah. So we have next year with him, and then 5th year. So it resets it by what? 2-3 years?
That's in NFL time. That's a decade.
No, it is. And I 100% agree with that. But at the same time, we already see this defense right now, right?
Right.
And they look fucking incredible. The defense is fine.
Montez Sweat balling yesterday.
He's so good. He's unreal. And Eberflus, that's the thing. And that's why I think that Eberflus's job is secured, 100% secure now. But we'll talk about that later.
I agree.
Luke Getsy is fucking gone with the win, though. He's 100%. He's gone. Guaranteed. But, goddamn, where was I going to go with that? You either do this, Josh. I just completely lost my. God damn it, dude! I just fucking. Okay. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best player in the NFL draft.
Haven't sat down and watched enough film, but before I go into the film, that's my assumption. I will agree.
And I don't know if I'm picking a number one overall.
Like, my opinion could change, but right now I agree with you.
I want the number one. I want the best player in the draft, and he is a perfect fit on the Chicago Bears right now. He is a perfect fit. When you already have a quarterback who's playing at a very decent level, which I don't know if you've ever paid attention. Chicago doesn't get a lot of that. We don't. We never have, and we never will.
Sid Luckman's your only good quarterback.
That's it.
Yeah.
And Jay had his times. Cutler had his times, man. He had his times. But I think that the Chicago Bears organization, the fan base is 100%. We are all sick and tired of going through the quarterback carousel and restarting every 3 years or less. We're sick of it. And nobody wants to do it. And I think that we are in this state. We are in this state right now where our defense is balling the fuck out and they are playing incredible football. Where if you go through the draft and you go through free agency, because the Chicago Bears have the 7th most cap space available in the NFL this offseason, that you can add more pieces to, especially that defensive line, to help out Montez Sweat. And then on the offensive side of the ball, looking towards the draft, you can do one of two things with that number one overall pick. You either get Marvin Harrison Jr. and you give Justin Fields another weapon with DJ Moore so that whenever we play against fucking anybody like it's been this whole season, they just triple team DJ Moore basically every single play. And Justin's got to find Robert Tonyan 40 yards down the field. That's just a fucking joke. But you add Marvin Harrison Jr. in that offense, it's day and night. It's almost day and night, adding that generational wide receiver talent, one of the best wide receiver prospects that we have seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah. Maybe ever.
And I mean, you look at other teams that have done this. You look at the Minnesota Vikings adding Justin Jefferson, who looked like he was a great wide receiver prospect, even though he went late in the round. Look at how good he is. You look at Jamar Chase with the Bengals. Look at how good they turned out. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Or let's say you don't want Marv. You take that number one pick and you trade back and you get an absolute haul just like you did with Carolina.
Yeah, and Malik Neighbors, Keon Coleman, and Roma Dunze are all really, really good. Yeah, I will say, I didn't get to tell you this, but if you think in a million years the Raiders would give up that package you said, you're out of your mind.
I really think that they might. If you're talking, look, if we're talking this heavily about Caleb Williams,
why would they give up Max Crosby?
That's what the Bears are going to say. You got to give up a superstar.
It's going to be the same, laugh in their face.
Dude, it's going to be the same exact trade with that we did with Carolina last year if we trade back.
Ryan Poles will not everyone calling Carolina stupid right now. Why would another team do it?
I don't think that they would, but here's the thing. That's the only trade that we would accept. And if nobody wants to do it, you're drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. first overall.
Then that's your scenario, because there's no way in hell that a team would do that, especially with Max Crosby, who's a top 20 player in the NFL, period.
That is the scenario. I mean, dude, oh my God. If we fucking got him somehow, that would be unreal.
Don't even try and get your hopes up with that.
Oh, I know. It would be unreal, though.
Don't even try and get your hopes up on that, because you will just only be disappointed.
Everybody was telling me the same thing about DJ Moore last season. Don't get your fucking hopes up. He is not going to be a Chicago Bear, and he comes to this.
Yeah, but DJ Moore is a guy that is a top 10 to 15 receiver in the NFL. Max Crosby is a top 10 to 15 player in the NFL.
Higher than that, Josh. I think a little bit higher.
No, there's too many good receivers. It's not even DJ Moore. There's too many. There's a million better receivers.
There are good receivers, but I don't know if there's a lot better. He's fucking balling. He is great.
Yeah. Okay. Here, can we talk about other teams?
I'm sorry, dude. You invite me on here, obviously. You know, we do
our show. What do you mean I invited you on here? It's our show.
Shut up. Look. It was the end of my season today, Josh. It was the end of my season. They're done. I just had to I have to talk about it. It's over.
Okay.
The most heartbreaking loss that I've ever seen in my life. And Matt Eberflus is going to be the head coach of this team next year, which I'm fine with now. I'm fine with.
All right. Because this AFC, NFC, the wild card races right now are so interesting.
Yeah.
I think that in the AFC, the North is locked up for us. The East should be locked up for Miami, but Buffalo's climbing back in there. The West is locked up for Kansas City. In the NFC, the North is locked up for Detroit, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Minnesota's not beating them twice. The NFC West, the Niners literally have clinched the division already. And the NFC East is a 2-team race. NFC South, dogfight. AFC South, dogfight. So, actually, no, let's talk about the South divisions, both divisions. Let's talk about the AFC South first. Jacksonville, Houston, and Indy all have the same record. They're all 8-6.
Yeah. They all are.
Jacksonville looked bad last night. I wasn't even overly impressed by the Ravens.
I'm sorry. I'm so mad. I was all over the Jags. I was like, you know what? This is going to be the game because the fucking Ravens, they didn't really need to win yesterday. They didn't need to. They didn't. And I thought that this was going to be the game they drop. And then Baltimore goes into San Francisco and upsets the 49ers. And everybody goes, oh my God. Right? That's what I thought that was going to happen. But obviously it didn't go that way. I'm just disappointed, really. I'm really disappointed, dude. That first half
against the Ravens, I'd be with you.
That first half was some of the most sloppy football that I've seen in a long time.
They looked terrible.
No, it was really bad. It was really bad.
Was just play competent football. We were not that good yesterday. Jacksonville lost that game.
Yeah, no, they did. Jacksonville 100% lost that game. You think that Calvin Ridley catch was a touchdown?
No. I said on there, it was the whole thing. Me and Terry McCauley going back and forth because I said he didn't have full possession until he was out of bounds. I really do not think that was a touchdown.
It was too close to overturn. It was too close.
There was also that, but I really didn't think. But I disagree with this because he's so clearly a top 8 to 10 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy how him and Justin Fields are the same player, and Trevor Lawrence is loved by everybody, and Justin Fields is shit on.
They are nowhere near. They are not similar
players.
Their
stats are very similar this season, so very similar. Besides more yards because Justin Fields was out for 5 games.
Okay, but then more rushing yards Fields because Lawrence doesn't run as no, they're not the same player.
Well, no, I mean they both play on the same exact level, but Trevor Lawrence is loved by everybody and Justin Fields is hated on everybody.
I'll tell you the reason. Trevor Lawrence has been able to.
I thought that you were going to say a different reason.
Win a playoff game and come back down what was it? 27 or 24 or something like that.
Josh, I thought that we agreed that wins aren't a quarterback stat.
No, but what I do think is a quarterback stat is the ability to bring a team back like that after he threw 4 interceptions and then completely turned it around and won them the game. And I also think that Trevor Lawrence is a better decision maker than Fields is. I think there's a conversation. I need to do more research into it first before I bring up the conversation, but I think that there could be a conversation. And Lawrence is way more accurate.
I think there could be I think that there could be a conversation about the two of them. I really think that there could. I have to do some more research into it, but I really think the conversation's there.
Okay.
And if Trevor Lawrence gets loved that much, I don't see why the hell this whole trade talk about him would even be a conversation at all. I don't see it.
My whole thing with wins not a quarterback stat is weird because I say it all the time and I agree. Wins are not a quarterback stat.
No.
But, and this isn't a stat. This is more of when you have made mistakes that have cost your team the game.
Sure.
That's on the quarterback. And then when you make plays to help your team win a game, that's quarterback. That's quarterback. But the problem is the only stat you can use to talk about that is wins. And
the most interesting thing, though,
shouldn't be talk about the quarterback.
The biggest thing that I saw like a whole tweet thread about this like a couple months ago. And it was a couple quarterbacks around the NFL who have bad win-loss records, right?
Right.
And it was if you gave them just a like 500 defense, like if a team went like 8-9 or 9-8, if you gave them a 500 defense and their records, it's like day and night. It's literally day and night.
Fields is a good defense right now.
Yeah, right now he does, and they have been 4-2, or I think 4-2 ever since then.
Yeah. The only thing with I'm trying to figure out how to like say this because there is no stat that's like I won my team the game or lost me in the game because a quarterback that had a great game and just couldn't finish versus a quarterback who threw an interception in a crucial moment, that's not equal.
Okay.
But they both are 0-1, you know?
Yeah.
And a quarterback who won the game because his defense played great and a quarterback who won the game because he went on a 2-minute drill to deliver his team the win, they're both 1-0. That's why I don't like the win-loss record.
Yeah, no.
But
I think there could be a better
tough
way.
argument.
There could be a better way to go about it.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what that is.
It's like clutch gene is not a stat, but
No.
it's real and it should be talked about.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know, dude. I'm just in a weird fucking state right now, and this shit just.
Yeah, let's talk about some games though from yesterday, because yesterday was kind of a weird day. There was,
It was
obviously your game was a good finish. Texans Titans was actually, let's talk about Texans Titans. Have you watched anything from that game? Do you have any idea what's going on? Because obviously your game is on.
I was locked in.
Okay.
I checked around. I know the Texans won in overtime. It was almost first tie of the year.
Yeah, which I was. Good job, Devin Singletary. I was losing my mind. No ties.
Yeah.
Very happy that Texans were able to pull that off.
There's still not one, Joshua.
But actually, it goes back to what we were going to get into before we got sidetracked, is the AFC South right now. Indy is playing really damn solid football. Houston just won a game with Case Keenum at quarterback. And Jacksonville has now lost 3 in a row. Now,
Baker Mayfield just played his ass off.
Baker Mayfield was unbelievable yesterday. Before we get into let's talk about the AFC South. Because the thing with Jacksonville is that they have the tiebreaker over the Texans and the Colts. No matter what, if they finish with the same record, Jacksonville wins the division. So if Indy or Houston are able to win the division, they have to finish a full game above Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, what are the odds that happens? They have to be a game below.
Yeah.
And their games are Tampa, Carolina, Tennessee for Jacksonville.
You could beat Tampa. You could beat Carolina.
You could beat Tennessee.
You can beat Tennessee. You can.
Right there.
You could go 3-0 if they're living up to the expectations that we hold them at, me and you.
Yeah, I was about to say, with the expectations we've had, they should go 3-0.
They should go 3-0 with ease. Ease, man. I mean, obviously, it's hard in the NFL to win 3 games in a row regardless, but they should be able to do their job, man.
I mean, let's talk about the AFC. I think with Cleveland's win yesterday, they're in. I think Cleveland's 5. They got the full game up. They're in. So now the log jam: Cincy, Indy, Houston, Buffalo. You're all 8-6.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Cincy is ahead of Indy and Buffalo because they beat both of them. But because the tiebreakers are weird in the NFL with the playoffs, if Cincy can go with like one game not going their way, no matter what, if Cincy can win and if one thing doesn't go their way, they can go from 6 to 10 or 9, even if they win next week. So it's not really even worth talking about the fact that technically Cincy and Indy are over Houston and Buffalo because the tiebreakers are all weird. I look at them all as a 4-way tie right now. So rank the 4 teams: Colts, Texans, Bengals, Bills. Bills are clearly number 1.
Colts, Texans, Bengals, Bills. Bills. Bengals. Colts and Texans is literally a toss-up.
And by the way, Colts, Texans, week 18.
Yeah, that's literally a toss-up. With CJ Stroud not healthy, I'd say the Colts right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with Cincinnati. I'm going to try and sound as unbiased as possible. But I don't. This little streak they're on, 2 of their wins have been in overtime. They have not really been overly impressive. They had to fight back to win on Saturday against Minnesota with Nick Mullins quarterback. Cincy to me has not been impressive. They've just been able to win games. Now, if you're able to win enough games, you'll still make the playoffs, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. But if we're talking about how good I think these teams are, Buffalo, healthy CJ Stroud, Houston second. Without him, Indy is second. Flip those two. I still have Cincy 4 because I don't have faith in Jake Browning. I still don't.
Guys,
he's been able to.
Bengals.
No, 4.
I don't know, dude.
I don't have faith in Jake Browning. I don't think that he's been able to put together games by himself to win them these games. Yeah, the run game has worked, but it's not been very consistent. And Chase Brown and Joe Mixon, I'm not sure if that can really help you win these games running the football. And the only way they've been able to really win is they went from a team that doesn't like to run it to running it a ton.
I don't know. They're not. Josh. They're not.
Browning doesn't throw deep.
Josh. They're not very impressive. But they just went and beat Jacksonville, the Colts, and the Vikings. 3 games in a row.
All right. So now they have Pittsburgh, which is the Steelers. I mean, you never know what to expect from them. Kansas City right after that, and then Cleveland, who has their number.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough stretch for the Bengals. But right now, even just going on this win streak, the second that Joe Burrow was out for the year, everybody thought that they were done.
Yeah, I'll give him credit that he's been able to win the game.
Mud in the water, and they are 3-0, balling.
3 still. I agree. I think 3-1. Not discarding your point. You're right.
Yeah.
And I've been impressed with his poise. His poise has been impressive. He's been able to go down and win them the games in the moments. I mean, he's had to deliver game-winning drives, and he's done it. Mm-hmm. But the way they're doing it, I don't think it has staying power. I really don't.
I don't have this team going to the fucking Super Bowl or anything. Well, I don't think that's even close to.
No, and I'm not saying you do. But I have faith in Indy, Buffalo, Houston. I think very easily that I think Buffalo definitely should get over them, and you just need either Indy or Houston to do it, and they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, that could easily happen, but I think that Indy-Houston game is going to come down for the 7th seed.
Well, and we both agree Buffalo's going in, right?
Buffalo's in.
And Cleveland's in. And you just said Colts-Texans is for the 7th seed. So how do the Bengals make the playoffs?
That is true. Unless
that's my whole point.
I know. I haven't been that focused on the AFC playoff picture. I've been focused on the fucking NFC.
Right. And that's the other thing with me is I've been focused on it, but the AFC's had my attention. I'm looking over at it right now. Obviously, Dallas, Philly, whoever does win the division's 5. The Vikings, Rams, and Saints are all 7-7.
Yeah.
How the hell are the Saints 7? Are we about to live in a world where the worst division in the NFL and the NFC South is going to have 2 playoff teams in it?
I really think so.
I can't believe it.
No, but the Rams, dude.
The Rams but that's 1. So Minnesota, the Saints, if Seattle can get their act together, but that all starts with them beating Philly tonight.
Yeah.
And then I guess Green Bay and Atlanta, but they're a game back. Yeah. So
I don't know. I hope that they just.
I agree. I think the Rams are in, but then there's still one more spot.
Yeah. I hope they keep fucking winning because I don't want to see those stupid Packers in the playoffs.
Yeah. The good news for you is they're a game back, and Tampa winning was big, which me and you got right. That was a split. Me and you got that right, and Michael and the fans got that wrong. Is that true?
You know why? Can I talk about the Packers real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just a quick little cliff note thing. For all the Packers fans, the hype's fucking over because here's the thing. You guys had a little run. Congratulations. But here's where you really start to realize, maybe having no depth, basically 0 veterans on this roster and being the youngest team in the NFL, maybe towards the end of the season around December and January is where it starts to bite you in the ass. And you think you can go and run the fucking table? Bullshit. That's not how it goes around here. Because, dude, I don't know how they thought they were actually going to win anything with the youngest team in the NFL. Sure, maybe in a couple of years. Sure. In a couple of years, you'll be doing your thing. We'll be miles ahead of you, but you'll be doing your thing, and that's fine. But You can't win in this league with the youngest roster in the league. You can't do it. You can't.
Right.
You're not going to go in there and you might make the 7 seed, and then you got to go and play the 49ers or the Cowboys or
49ers,
Philly,
Eagles, Cowboys, whatever team gets 2 seed.
one of those 3, and you get beat by 40. Congrats. It's like a participation trophy.
Right.
Especially if they play the 49ers. The 49ers have had their numbers for years.
Yeah, it's
For
true.
years. But
So you're right. But what do you think Green Bay went into this season expecting? Not the fans, the team.
the team. Okay. The team,
Because I think the team expected exactly this.
I honestly think that they still expected better than this. Trust me, dude. That whole culture in Green Bay, they're not used to losing. They are not used to it. They expect more than this.
But this was a rebuilding year, and they're still fighting for a playoff spot.
Huh?
This is a rebuilding year, and they're still fighting for a playoff spot. The Bears have been rebuilding for what? 5 years, and they're still a game ahead of Chicago. So you can't
they are.
Like Green Bay. I mean, this year is when I think everyone thought they'd be way worse. Outside of Packers fans, most people thought they have 3-4 wins. They're gonna win 7 or 8 games, which is what I told you was gonna happen. Like,
no, and I mean that's all fine and dandy. That's cool. That's cool. That's all fine and dandy. That's whatever. But I just like it because it's a punch in the throat for people who think that Jordan Love was the next coming of Aaron Rodgers and he was going to win the MVP this year and he was going to be this lights out fucking guy. No.
Yes, but you are talking to about 5 people.
No, Josh. It's Steelers fans say a lot of crazy things, Josh, and I know that. I know that for a fact. It's the same level. It's the same level. It's the same exact level.
And the most annoying part of all of it.
No. That's the thing that me and you can relate on. Sure, you win a hell of a lot, but here's the thing. The Bears-Packers rivalry is almost the exact same as the Ravens and the Steelers. Fan base-wise. The fan base-wise,
yeah, I agree with you on that.
The exact same. Like, dude, you fucking hate their guts. We hate their fucking guts. It's bad. It's bad.
I agree.
It's the exact same way.
So, yeah. But I also don't think Jordan Love.
I don't know. It's just a boatload of bullshit.
I don't think Jordan Love's had a bad year though.
I wouldn't say good, but I wouldn't say bad.
I would say him and Fields have had around the same this year.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's his 4th season in the NFL.
Right.
There you go. He should be playing at that level when you've been in the NFL for longer than Justin Fields. He should be playing at that level.
That's fair. I know this chat is talking about Denver, Detroit.
No, it's just Game Boy, dude. Shout out to Game Boy. He's here every episode.
Ken too.
Yeah, they're both Lions fans. They want to hear us talk about him. Detroit kicked ass. And that Jared Goff, the whole game was controlled by Jared Goff. He controlled the entire game. Performance. And that's the one thing. That's why the one reason I can never get behind Jared Goff. Because he'll have some games where he'll go out there and do that. And then he'll have games like versus Chicago. And he'll have
games against Chicago
where he just sucks.
Both games against Chicago.
Oh, yeah. The Bears have had his number ever since he was a Ram. They've always had his number. But it's just it's so hard to fall onto the Jared Goff train. It's so hard to. Because it's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and the Lions admin, we text each other all the time. Whenever me and him, we're pretty good buddies, man.
This is true, though. This is true.
And besides Kirk Cousins, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Besides Kirk Cousins,
right. So here's the thing, and I'm going to lean on Ken and Game Boy here. Obviously, 2 big Lions fans, but I want to hear if there's any other Lions fan in the chat with us as well. When you are a team that in the entire Super Bowl era, 58 years, has 1 playoff win, if they can get their second, I think they will be totally fine with the getting destroyed by whoever they play in the second round.
Yeah.
When you have 1 playoff win in the entire Super Bowl era, 1.
Yeah.
If you can get your second this year, successful season.
Yeah, that's all they want.
I mean, and outside of the big three of Dallas, San Francisco, and Philly, they are clearly the best team out of the rest of the NFC. Clearly.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But
It's
I
just
also
so
would say
weird.
they are clearly worse of the top four.
Whoa. It depends what Lions team you're getting, Josh. It really
That's
depends on
true.
which
They're
team you
not
get.
that. That's true. Consistency is there. That is their problem.
But
They
also,
are
you
not
could say that same exact thing that I just said for the Dallas Cowboys too.
Yeah.
You say that same thing, which we got to talk about Dallas a little
You
bit.
say that every single team. The Ravens have not been consistent enough all year, and they're the one seed. San Francisco had a 3-game losing streak, and they're the one seed. So no one's been really consistent this year.
Yeah, they really have. And I really think that that's also just a part of like the generalization in the NFL that all these teams are starting to kind of flatline, all be on the same level. It's getting there closer and closer every year, and that's what the NFL wants.
It's exactly what the NFL wants.
The NFL wants everybody to be able to win. Everybody. And
that's, my God, what you got this year.
Yeah, it's literally exactly what you got this year, and it's crazy. Because they don't want to be like the MLB, they don't want to be like the NBA, where it's the same 5-6 teams that are amazing every year and everybody else just sucks.
The NFL every single year on the NFL communication stuff they put out to the media. That's how I get all my game notes too. You see in the tickers. And at the beginning of every season, one of the first we put out is worst to first, how often it happens. Teams that were not in the playoffs. I think it's like over half of the teams that have been in the playoffs in the last 10 years were not in it the previous year. Where that is the reason, I think, above anything else, why the NFL is and will always be number one amongst popularity. Because there is no other sport where truly anything could change in 1 year.
Yeah, no, there's none. There's none. I mean, dude, and I think that's also the coolest thing is like during free agency, players are open to sign everywhere. Yep. Everywhere. They don't just go to super teams. They don't just go to only the big markets. They go
beauty of football is 2 guys don't make a super team.
No, you need a squad. You need an absolute squad, and I love it. But that's a completely different rant. But yeah, the Lions, when it comes to playoff time, I really hope that we see the consistent lines. I don't want to see the bad lines in the playoffs. I don't want to see the Jared Goff tries to manage the game and it just goes completely south and he throws a couple picks. I don't want to see that.
Ooh.
What?
What do you think about what Cam Newton said?
What? I've seen Cam Newton this week say fucking 20 different things. Which quote are you talking about?
Ooh, here. Let me find the one clip where he actually went in depth at his whole point. Because he was talking about game managers,
Cam Newton has been in the media like fucking 30 times.
He had one clip talking about game managers and game. Because he went on a whole rant about how game managers and game changers are 2 different things. And that Dak is a game manager and stuff like that. And everyone got mad because he was basically saying something. Here's the one clip. Here's the clip that I liked where he actually really went in depth onto what his point was and actually agree with him. Okay. Let me pull this up here. Here, either Burns or Jack hit the things off because it's going to be weird.
So he's talking about all these NFL game managers. He sounds like the people who are tweeting at me from their basement, get back in the it's like you are at home.
The thing that I have a problem with is address the point that I made.
Pause.
And I think oftentimes
Pause. Why is he dressed like that, dude? Why is he wearing the Mad Hatter hat? From Alice in Wonderland? No, I know. It's just I've never understood his style. I appreciate a lot of people's style, but he's dressed like a Disney character.
Yeah, it's Cam. That's kind of how he does things.
Of athletes trying to make their point. Game manager is not a negative connotation. My definition of that managing player is a player who has the ability to make the right play at the right time. There's really only 3 to potentially 5 game changers in the NFL right now. Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. When I think about ultimate elite game managers, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, game changer and game manager is not something where I'm saying this person is not physically capable of making some great plays. I'm not saying that. A game changer is a truck. A game manager is a trailer. A truck pulls a team together and pulls and is the reason why this team is having success. A game manager is merely a trailer that's attached to something to make it go. When I see a guy like Brock Purdy, yes, did he make hell of a throws? Yes. Is he making elite decisions? Yes, but he's putting it in guys like Deebo Samuels and Christian McCaffrey. Like that's the point.
So he's talking.
A bit confusing, but not bad. A bit confusing, but not bad.
The reason why I like that is because he's making a point that I think is very fair. Being a game manager is not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing at all.
Like, that's his whole point. Like, when he's calling someone a game manager, that's not an insult.
Yeah, no. When I was saying it earlier, I wasn't saying it in an insulting way at all. I was saying that it's a good thing.
Right.
You dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah.
But and the only position that you could do that successfully at is the quarterback position. A quarterback can go out there and he could slow down the game. He could speed it up. He could decide how the pace goes. And there's a couple players who did that, and Jared Goff did that perfectly against the Denver Broncos. It was cool.
Right.
Yeah. Another game
is that he's incapable of being a backup. If he's on your team, he has to play.
You know, he has to play or else he's not playing like he is right now. He'll just be in the media instead. Another game that I want to talk about. Shit, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Cowboys. Yes, we forgot to talk about it.
Right.
CeeDee Lamb scared me when he took a while to get up from that one catch towards the end of the game. I got him in fantasy playoffs next week. Very nervous. I got to buy this week. But if there's one team that I hate more in the NFL than the Green Bay Packers, well, not hate more, hate almost as much as the Packers, it's the Buffalo fucking Bills these past 3 years. You know why? Because the past 2 seasons, I'm like, this is the year. They're winning the Super Bowl. The Bills, it's finally their time. Josh Allen's going to ball out. And they choke in the playoffs. And then this year, I'm like, dude, I'm not even getting on the wagon at all. I'm not even touching it. And through the first couple weeks, I'm like, hell yeah, that was a great prediction. You know, this Bills team, they ain't all that this year. They're back.
I stand by what I said on this show on Friday. I mean,
I picked them to win, but they're back. But I'm still mad.
You lone wolf on that too.
Yeah.
But I stand by what I said on Friday. Not the Chiefs. You saw yesterday, not the Jaguars. Not the Dolphins. Nobody. The one team that I do not want to see come into Baltimore in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills.
I know. And you know what they would totally do, Josh? No offense. You know what they totally do?
I think they beat us.
They're gonna beat whoever they play in the first round, and everybody's gonna be like, holy shit, they're actually going to the Super Bowl this year.
And then losing the divisional.
Get smoked like last year. Get smoked in the divisional. Like that's how the Bills do their job. Either that or the AFC. They're not going to the Super Bowl, but they will cause a problem in the wild card round. I'll give you that much.
I agree. I think whoever they play in the wild card round is in for trouble.
Yeah.
But you know what? I also agree with you. I think that once they get the divisional round, and it's not even because they've done it in the past, it's because they haven't had the consistency this whole year.
I think they're going to get like murdered. They're going to get clobbered.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I like that take.
Like almost up by like 20 or more. They're going to get killed.
So give us the 1 seed, bypass that, and send them here in the divisional round, and we can beat them.
Yeah, I seriously think that's a real possibility. But
I like that take actually.
All right, we're about 50 minutes in. Let's get into tonight's game. Pretty interesting.
Me and Michael
interesting, and I might have fucked up. Yes, I might have fucked up though. Not very happy with this.
Okay.
So I saw yesterday, you know, that Jalen Hurts, that he's a little bit sick and then he might not play. And I crafted my parlay this morning right when I woke up. Not a thought in the world. Just went straight to the app and just started going, right? And I got the Eagles -4. So yes, I'm picking the Eagles to win. I like Philly today. And then
let's score real quick so we can just get that on the sheet.
My score. Hold on, we're getting there.
Okay.
I got the under at 45 points. So I'm gonna go Philly 35-7. Philly. Big win for Philly. And then I had Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown the last leg because I thought, you know what? Easy. Philly push. They'll push him over. I completely forgot that motherfucker isn't going to play. That he might not play today.
I think he's going to play.
Yeah, I know. I think he will too. But, dude, I love it. I think Philly's going to really go in there and put them to work. I got a nuke on Eagles -4. But I also had a nuke last night in the Jaguars +4, so don't trust me, you know. But there is one thing that I need from the chat. And, Josh, you know exactly what I'm about to ask for.
Touchdowns?
Who's scoring the first touchdown? Give me somebody on the Eagles right now. Chat, go. Give me somebody on the Eagles. Come on. Somebody on the Eagles. Give me a first touchdown score. First one that I like.
My answer would be Jalen Hurts.
Well, yeah, that's the easy answer. Come on now. We don't do these things easy, Joshua. We don't do it easy.
All right, fine.
Come on. Give me something, guys. Devontae Smith. A lot of Devontae Smith.
Gainwell.
Wow.
I like him. I there was a point in time where I was really hyping him up.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of Devontae Smith. I'll throw some on him. Okay, I did Devontae Smith. One more. Think out of pocket.
Does it have to be an Eagle?
Yes, it has to be an Eagle.
Okay.
Kenneth Gainwell. You know what? That's the second time that I've seen it. I'm doing it. I'm running it. Julio, is he even on here? He is. Plus 1,400. You take Julio. I'm taking Kenneth Gainwell. Because chat told me. And Jack did too. So I'm writing
I'm putting $1 on Julio for the first touchdown. If he gets it, I get 15.
There you go. Okay. That's a place. But yeah, I got Philly tonight. And I just think that Philly's going to go out there and make a statement against Seattle. That this is a big statement game. And
I agree with
this
that.
is on prime time, on national TV. This is where you go in there and prove to everybody that, hey, we're still the Eagles. And we are still going to kick your ass. That's the biggest thing we're going to do. What do you think, Josh?
I already made my pick, but yeah, I'm with you. I have Philly 30-16. I've clinched this week. I am 12-3 on picks this week. You and the fans are 11-4. Michael 10-5. This is also Michael's upset of the week. He's picking Seattle tonight. So
Michael pick.
He's going to call it 10-6, which means that with me winning, I'm going to get 3 games on him, and I'll be only within 2 games of Michael on the season, and I'm going to catch him, and I'm going to beat Michael in picks for the 3rd year in a row.
Next year we should have a punishment for last place.
All right.
What would be a good punishment? Like, you got to do some shit on TikTok, obviously.
Yeah. 2020 it was me, and then 21 and 22 it was Michael.
Like, dude, you got to do like for a week straight, you got to post like a cringe TikTok trend every day. That would be such a good punishment, especially if it was Michael, dude. Oh my God. Imagine him doing like a thirst trap TikTok, dude. Oh my God, I'd pee my pants, dude. That would be the funniest shit ever.
It would be.
But all right, yeah, that's good for me. I don't really have to talk about this game too much. I don't think that you have to either. It's
not in a million years.
No, I'd never touch a Green Bay jersey either. Never.
I think that's too cruel.
Yeah, that's too cruel. But doing like a little dance or, being like, what's up, baby girl on TikTok, seeing Michael do that, I'd pee my pants every day.
But I would never make you wear a Packers jersey, and I'm never wearing a Steelers jersey. That's too far.
No. The first time that me and Josh ever do a live Burns and Berman together, we'll each buy a Steelers and Packers jersey, and we'll burn them on the show.
I like that.
I'll
burn a terrible towel. That's what I'll burn.
Yeah. I'll buy a fake Packers jersey on on DHgate for like $10, and then I'll just burn that.
I'll burn a terrible towel. That's what I'll burn.
There we go. But I think that's all we got to do, right?
Yeah, that's about it.
Hey, thank you guys so much for coming. We really do appreciate it. Heated day today.
This is fun. I like this show.
Yeah, heated day today. Now the best punishment ever, and we got to dig deep to find this video. You see, the issue is that me and Josh's accounts have both been deleted before, so it's hard to find really old videos.
Yeah.
The video of Michael singing Love Sosa by Chief Keef is one of the best videos ever. So it might be buried in Twitch clips. It might be buried in there.
I might go and look. If I can find it, there's your intro video on Wednesday if I can find it.
It might be buried. It's fucking comedy. I might
Yeah.
go and look as well. But hey, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. To all my Bears fans out there, I love you. Stay strong. We got a lot of fighting to do these next 5 months.
See you guys.